Hey there everybody, Pop on Top here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we got a mod that enhances pipe weapons here, or at least changes them somewhat. This is Atomicolor pipe weapons. So the Atomicolor series of mods is intending to take, vanilla assets, change the color of them, like completely do the textures essentially, right? And these are our pipe weapons here. So instead of having like the rusty looking color and stuff, which I know a lot of people hate pipe weapons, they don't like them in general, but I think these look a lot better with a little bit of shinier metal. The wood is darker and stuff. We'll do a comparison a little later on in the video, comparing what actually vanilla looks like. But these textures are also very good. This is the Xbox version of the mod, because I do cover mods on Xbox. So this is technically the performance version, so the textures aren't even that large in file size or anything, but there's still fine detail in there. You can see scratches along the metal and stuff. The wood grain texture does look nice. This is obviously just the pipe auto pistol here. We'll show this what this looks like in first person as well when you're actually holding the weapon, right? It does look quite nice, I think, in comparison, right? And the metal is shiny, as you can see there too. The lighting is hitting it in a different kind of way, because like the vanilla pipe weapons are kind of dull. We'll show that off more later too. So we got like a pipe sniper rifle here. You can see that too. A little bit better texture of the scope. It applies to everything here. We're going to put some attachments on these weapons too. We'll show all that off as well. So we also have the pipe revolver here, which is like a lot more metal, right? Like this thing's all metal. Those bullets look the same, I guess, which is fine. You'd have the same animation, same sound. It just changes the textures, but they do look quite nice. Like this is much better than vanilla. The pipe submachine gun here, like the magazine, right? Like even it's got like some like dirty rust on the end of it too. Like there's like enhanced. It's not just like changing the color, which it does do. It's Atomicolor, right? It's a nice color palette change on this particular set of weapons. It also applies to the syringer as well. I don't have a syringer, but like this, that's technically a pipe weapon. You also have a pipe carbine. That's a different thing. We'll get to that later. That's a mod weapon. That's part of the reason I downloaded this mod. You guys, I'm teasing you for later. Okay. So let's take a look at this here. So if we want to make this as like kind of, I have the attachment pack on. So the attachment pack changes all kinds of things here too. So like some of these barrels and stuff on there are new, right? So like when I was covering the attachment pack, they were telling me that use something like this because it kind of matches better, like the color palette and stuff, and it does seem to look a lot better. So like this heavy barrel is something completely different, right? So if we put something different on there too, like a rat barrel or whatever, like these color palettes should match a lot better. Now, the suppressor, like put that on there. Is that gonna, yeah, see how that color of everything here looks a lot different, right? And we can just kind of see here in even the crafting menu, right? This is a pipe rifle, so suppressed automatic pipe rifle. We could put it like a scope on there or something too. Like, so if you wanted to put that long scope on there, we saw that kind of earlier, but it applies to everything here, and it applies well. Like, I think these textures look a lot nicer. Now, that's not a huge mod by any means, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna probably go out of your way to use pipe weapons or anything. But there's some cool value in here, right? So like if you take even like vanilla attachments, right, that wrap stock looks so much better. Everything looks better, and we'll compare this directly. We're gonna leave this up in the way it is, and then we'll put the regular textures back on there shortly, right? Like, and you'll see just how bad it is. We'll put, I mean, I guess we already did this one because this carbine is the same thing as a submachine gun. I just, pipe weapons are weird. The pipe sniper rifle though, you can put a 50 cal receiver on there. So yeah, we have this like stuff like this marksman barrel here. We'll show that off. Like that looks a lot better given the thing, but it actually, like, you could do different kinds of stock, like a sniper stock here that doesn't exist before. That it still doesn't quite perfectly match up as you see there with the attachment pack. So like it's somewhat similar colors, but you see there, like it's definitely like a lighter gray tone color, right? And this metallic coverage of that weapon and stuff, right? So like compensators though should be somewhat, like some of the colors don't still match up with the attachment pack, I think super duper well, but much better than the default, right? Like they see, like it's just like that's like, I mean, it's fine though too. You could imagine different colors of metal that you're putting together there, right? Like because it's pipes. That's what you're doing, right? Like let's make it a shotgun receiver because that's always a fun way to do that. Attachment pack is, I'm carrying too much and I can't run now because I made all my guns too heavy. But you can do that marksman barrel. You see, it doesn't quite match up with the metal color, but it's still much closer in its application, right? Like the wood and stuff is different, but if we take something like a vanilla barrel, which would be like what, like the long fin barrel, that looks all like it matches up, right? Like, so if you put all these pieces together, a quick draw clip, but don't even see that it's different, right? Like you can see where you can still see where the attachment pack pieces line up, but they're much more closer to being the same color, right? Like you have like that dark metal and then like a lighter metal. It's fine. Like it doesn't, I don't think it changes too much. I want to see what glow sights look like. Maybe that looks any different at all. Maybe not even a little bit. See, like the advanced suppressor, that's different, right? Like you can see two different kind of metal tones mixing together. But these pipe weapons still do look a lot better, right? And we'll compare that directly here in a little bit. Just put something different on here. Let's do a different kind of pipe weapon here. Let's go like there. Let's do something like that. I mean, different kinds of stuff to put together, right? So just to see what it looks like as different little sections of attachments and stuff. We'll put the reflex sight on there, and then we'll put like a muzzle brake on there. These are somewhat vanilla attachments, right? So I obviously am overcumbered because, you know, my life sucks. Just too fucking heavy. It's fine. So we can take a look at these weapons here. Some of these, you know, you can see these attachments and how they work on the weapon. It's obviously different looking through this reflex. I still don't like the pipe weapons myself. I know a lot of you guys don't, but this is the wrong weapon. This pipe sniper rifle, right? Like, you can see some of the mix master things, right? Like, that barrel doesn't quite line up with the stuff on the rest of the weapon, right? Like, but for the most part it does. Like, that the drum mag is clipping through my Pip-Boy. It just is, right? But I don't have enough ammo to reload because it's special attachments. That's fine. Pipe revolver. This is all, I mean, that glow sights does look slightly different because, right, like, it, you know, suppressed barrel. It looks, the suppressor looks like it doesn't quite fit, but it still fits way better. We're going to now go back to vanilla, and I will see you guys with some uglier looking weapons. Alright, everybody, back to that ugly looking vanilla pipe texture. It's just not as good. Like, at the textures here, we're gonna take a good close zoomed in look at this pipe revolver pistol. You can see, so like some of these attachments, like we talked about, that suppressor from the attachment pack looks exactly the same, but it definitely matches a lot less with the rest of the pipe weapon texture. These are all like the brownish, I don't know, coppery color. I guess they're all copper pipes. Every pipe in the Fallout universe is copper, right? And you can see all that color kind of just mix match in there, right? Like, and the textures I don't think look as good. The wood is also like slight lighter in color. Like, I don't know if that's the wrong thing, but see, it applies to this model weapon too. We're going to cover this in a future video. You guys can see that probably in a couple days for you. We'll see about that. So like, you can see all the textures here. You can zoom in real close to them here. Like, when you even get zoomed in on it here, like when you're looking down the scope, you get the like pipe textures right in your face, and they're just not as good. Plus, I just don't like the color of this. I don't like. It's generally the same, like the same kind of concepts and stuff, but it just looks so much crazy better, right? Like, and then when you put stuff on there with the attachment pack, right? Like, you can start getting those crazy things, and then it doesn't look like it matches at all, right? Like, and I know that I mentioned this in previous videos and stuff, but really, the attachment pack is the mod, right? Like, is one of my favorite mods ever made, right? Like, and it just doesn't, like, this stuff doesn't. Like, the recon scope, that always looks weird. That just is. You put a weird recon scope on there. But, like, if I put something like the advanced suppressor on there, right, you can tell that's, like, a totally different thing. That marksman barrel looks like a totally different thing. Like, obviously, pipe weapons are kind of supposed to be a mismatch of all different kinds of stuff, as it is anyway. But, like, it just doesn't look nearly as good. And I really do like the color palette change. Because, like, you get some things here like this where it just doesn't look like it matches up at all, right? Like, these are not made with the same pipes, I guess, or whatever, right? If you want to think about it like that. I mean, like, I mean, the bayonet's still just a knife, but, like, there's, like, different textures and stuff and things. Like, that bayonet's still the same rusted-ass, brown, ugly material. That wood is, like, lighter in color. Like, it just looks a lot nicer. The textures even look better. Like, this is a 9 megabyte mod, too, though. It probably just enhances them in some way. I'm not sure if it doesn't add new textures, but the color palette change and the way that it enhances the textures that are already there really do make a significant difference into how these weapons look. We're going to go back to the mod on, and I'm probably going to keep this mod on forever because it's, you know, 10 megabytes and it makes everything look way better. And I'll see you guys with another direct comparison. Alright, everybody, the difference should be vastly apparent. Like, the wood is darker, like I talked about, the metal is darker, right? I don't think the texture quality maybe is as improved as I thought, but, like, just the color toning of it, right? Like, I don't think the textures are crazy changed, but that's just the way that it looks with the darker colors and the tone of it does change it, I think, to look better. Now, obviously, my opinion of what looks better is subjective, right? It's my opinion, not your opinion. But I just do think this looks a lot nicer like this, right? Like, these colors might actually be my personal preference, right? Like, for sure, right? Like, I just can't even think of a situation where I'd ever want to go back to vanilla. Like, pipe weapons look gross. Like, I'm not really actually, most of the time, paying too much attention to what my weapon looks like when I'm shooting it. I'm just, like, functionality-wise, does it shoot real good? Does it kill the enemies real good? Right? Like, that's it. But in terms of pipe weapon, colors and stuff. This is some of the best I've ever seen, especially the way that it shines and stuff here, right? Like the way that the light hits it is different, right? Like, and that's really nice, especially if you have some good lighting mods on or something like that. You can really see like the shine of the metals here, right? It looks like more metal rather. I guess copper is technically a metal, but like the pipe weapons, vanilla style, are just kind of dull, and like this is shiny metal material looking stuff, and the wood looks nicer too, I think, just because of the darker tone of the color or whatever. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of the Atomicolor pipe weapons mod. There's a whole bunch of other mods in the Atomicolor series that I intend to cover sometime in the future. I can't believe it just took me this long to find these mods. I know they've been out for a while. Someone's going to leave a comment, "You're so late to this." Okay. Man, I just found it, dog, okay? Partially because of the mod that we're going to cover in the future, but you guys will see that in a future video. You guys let me know what you think. Do you guys even use pipe weapons? Let me know your opinion of pipe weapons in the comments. But also, what do you think of this color palette change, this enhancement? Do you think it looks a lot better? Do you think it looks worse? Let me know. If you do want to check out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page, so you can download this mod for yourselves there. You guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe so that we can check out more videos of me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, wherever it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.